Ambassador Norm Eisen, former special counsel to President Obama and founder and chair of the Democracy Defenders Fund, and Tara Setmayer, former GOP communications director and co-founder and CEO of the Seneca Project.
So if DOJ does in fact meet with Ghislaine Maxwell, how do you guarantee any transparency into what happens in that meeting?
I have exactly zero faith that Todd Blanche, Donald Trump's former defense lawyer, is going to go in there and come out with anything other than a propaganda opportunity to try to sweep this Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump friendship under the rug. The problem for Donald Trump is this is the story that won't go away because it's known that he was a friend of Epstein. There's video footage, there's photographs, there's new evidence that's coming out. That's why today the Democracy Defenders Fund filed a FOIA request. We want all the materials on Trump and Epstein. And if we don't get them, we warn DOJ, preserve your documents because we're going to court.
Well. I mean, this, I believe, is the reason why, Donald Trump has, just press play on the MAGA mixtape with all the diversion. He screams about Obama and these conspiracy theories and, the election was rigged and it was stolen. All these lies, but also sometimes, as I said last night, Tara, I think the lies and the conspiracy theories are also kind of a clarion call to the little militia he let out of jail once he was inaugurated. But you flood the zone with all of this noise when the heat is too hot. And on Epstein, the heat is hot.
Well, thou doth protest too much. And any time that Donald Trump is backed up against a wall or the evidence or proof where we all can see it or hear it gets too hot for him, he goes on these MAGA rage tweets on Truth Social. He's hysterical. He has been hysterical the last week or so. He's been angry at press conferences, more ornery than usual. His late night Truth Social posts have been more unhinged than usual. And now he is, to your point, throwing everything at the wall. It's the greatest hits of Donald Trump's grievances that go back to 2016. It's like, I'm bored. Can you come up with something new? Because we've heard all of this before. It's boring. And to, President Obama's point about it's weak and it's nonsense. And I think that that's how you react to it. You cover it, because the American people should not be okay with the president of the United States losing it every day and throwing temper tantrums on Truth Social, throwing out insane conspiracy theories and lies about all kinds of things. Like, people shouldn't be okay with this. I mean, unfortunately, we kind of shrug because Donald Trump is known to do this, but we really shouldn't, because it's problematic. There's something clearly wrong with him. He's unstable. And this is the guy that's in charge of our government making major decisions every single day. We should be pointing this out, but calling it what it is. It's nonsense, it's weak, and it's a desperate attempt at distracting from all of this evidence pointing toward Donald Trump's very close buddy-buddy relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, and now this new stuff with Ghislaine Maxwell, and the new photos that just came out about Epstein at Trump's wedding in 1993 just is continuing to add fuel to the fire, and he just wants to distract, and it's not working.
Distractions is the operative word here, Norm. And, but within the distraction, there is a solid core. There is a wall that shall not be breached. And I think that wall has been up to now and probably will be Ms. Maxwell. And the reason I say that, because you have the Deputy Attorney General going to meet with her. For what purpose? What's he think he's going to get? There was a trial. A federal trial. They went through all that evidence. They pulled all this stuff. They went through files and stuff. She said nothing. She gave up nothing. What makes you think she's going to give up something now? And this reminds me so much of Allen Weisselberg. She is to Epstein what Weisselberg was to Trump. That core at the center, that wall that shall not be breached. He went to jail for Trump. She's gone to jail for Epstein. She could have very easily avoided all that by saying, "Here, have everything, go, that's it." So what's the point here? Because at the end of the day, with her, my bet is zip, nothing. Because her connection to Epstein is so deep and so tight. I just don't think we're going to pull anything else out from this effort.
Michael, that's why getting a hold of the Trump-Epstein documents, we know that there's information, according to media reports, there's information much broader in government files than just the grand jury material.
Right.
If the government is going to release the single most sensitive thing, it's legally protected under Rule 6E, grand jury material, let them put out the rest of the stuff. That's what we're asking for, because people lie, documents don't. I want to know whatever Ms. Maxwell may say. I want to know what's in those documents, because with Epstein off the scene now, she has every incentive to say to Todd Blanche, oh, no, there's nothing about Trump. Well, let's see what the documents say. That will be incomplete, and that's why we're demanding the documents. We're entitled to them under federal law. If we don't get those documents, we are going to fight for them, because we cannot allow propaganda about this story. This is one that's not going away, including there's going to be litigation extending into August now over the grand jury materials. So Donald Trump is saddled with this, and you can see it on the video. It's like back when he was under special counsel investigation. And by the way, don't we need an independent counsel, a special counsel here? We can't trust Todd Blanche. Bring in an independent outside person to take a look at this so we can trust what we get, not Trump's mouthpiece.
There was another big story breaking today. We've learned that out of New Jersey, Alina Habba had been waiting for Senate confirmation for 120 days. That period had expired. Federal judges, Tara, and you're in my home state of New Jersey, elevated someone else. We have since learned that person has been fired by DOJ, replaced by Alina Habba. What does that say to you about the rule of law?
I mean, the rule of law is out the window, and it has been. And that was one of the biggest warnings that so many of us had before Donald Trump got reelected. We've all predicted this would happen. There were guardrails before. There were at least good people still inside the Trump administration the first time around that were willing to say, no, stop this. This is not okay. There are none of those people now. None. And the fact that a former parking garage attorney who said she'd rather be pretty than smart, who lost every case that she ever represented Donald Trump in, became the U.S. attorney, interim U.S. attorney for my great home state of New Jersey, and that Pam Bondi seemingly interfered here by way of Donald Trump to keep her in that position, someone, again, who's wholly unqualified to be the U.S. attorney of New Jersey, is another example of the microcosm of unlawfulness and disarray going on in this administration. They don't give a damn about the rule of law. They are disappearing people. They are deporting people without due process. They are snatching people off the streets. They are thumbing their nose. Emel Bove is up for a federal judgeship, which is a lifetime appointment. He told people in the DOJ reportedly through whistleblowers, F you to the judges, do it anyway. I mean, it's one thing after the other. And then we have a Supreme Court that seems to be sitting back and has no problem with what's going on here. The majority, not the liberal justices, but the conservative ones. So this is a problem at every level, and this is just another example of that. They just fired Maureen Comey because she was James Comey's daughter, and she was the person that prosecuted Ghislaine Maxwell and would have been the person who would have been in the room if there was going to be any kind of conversation or deal or whatever, to be a fair arbiter of what was going on. That's gone too.